What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done, while also doing my steps. I'm about to go in here in the Target and grab a few things, well, just a couple main things for the house. Speaking of Target, is that boycott? You know, I might take this buggy here. Let's see if we got a good one. It seems all right. But is that Target boycott still a thing? I don't know. You know, it was all this noise. You had hustling pastors talking about it, boycott Target, 40 days and 40 nights. I haven't been hearing too much about it anymore, though. So you guys let me know. Is that still a thing? Because I honestly do not know. But let's get into the topic at hand. Let's see, is my camera going to adjust to the lighting in here? Keri Hilson. Oh yeah, it's the lights adjusted. Keri Hilson. She was on Cam Newton's podcast. It's a cool podcast. I wasn't so sure about it at first, but it's grown on me. But she was on his podcast, and she was talking about dating younger men. Now, some of you may remember she dated Serge Ibaka for a while. And they were a great looking couple. You know, they really were. They were a really good looking couple. And I guess people were surprised that they broke up. Some weren't. Some just didn't want them to break up because they were such a good looking couple. People just, you know, they were all about the whole, black love. This is what black love is supposed to look like. You know, that sort of stuff. But she says that he did not treat her right. He didn't love her the way she wanted to be loved or needed to be loved. And I hear that a lot. I don't know what that means entirely. I mean, I always hear he didn't love me the way I needed to be loved. But I never hear, did you love him? The type of love you were talking about, you wanted to be reciprocated. Were you giving it in the first place? Maybe she was. I don't really know. But whenever I hear these women on podcasts, they're always saying this sort of stuff. I mean, women love going on podcasts and talking negatively about their ex. Notice, it's never the men doing this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of an instance where Serge Ibaka publicly said anything negative about Keri Hilson. I don't know it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Y'all let me know. But I really don't know of any. And usually men don't do that. The women, it's not that they were perfect in the relationship. It's just we don't get anything from going speaking about our ex publicly in a negative way. Obviously, there were some issues there, which is why we're no longer together. But what do I need to go publicly and bash her for? That's just silly. But women, ooh boy, women never pass up an opportunity to go bash their ex on a podcast. They all been with a narcissist. They all were like, it'd be like a Tyler Perry movie. They were like the perfect woman, so loving, so nurturing, and it was just so hard to love a black man. But I think she said, how old was she? How many years older? She was a few years older than him. And I think that is part of the problem. Not only was she older than him, but she also was dating a pro athlete. When a woman is older than a man, she's usually not going to respect him, period. I mean, it don't matter how fly the sex is, whatever, she's going to submit to him in that moment. But women typically don't want to be led by a man that's younger than them. They oftentimes talk down to him like he they kid. I mean, you could be a man that's just 2 years younger than your woman, and she talking down to you like you her damn child. It's crazy. I've seen this happen over and over and over. Then on top of him being younger than her, he an NBA player. He is a objectively attractive NBA player. So he gonna have chicks. And that is something that I don't think they're ready for. When you date a certain type of guy, he's going to do certain types of things. And you either with it or you're not. But you have to accept that that's just going to be what it is. In many cases, pro athletes, they going to have side chicks. I'm not saying it's right and I agree with it. I'm just telling you that this is the game. Literally and metaphorically, that's the game. They gonna have side chicks. Getting upset about this, in my opinion, is like the equivalent of dating a rocker and getting upset that the lifestyle is all about drugs and partying and women. You know, if you don't like that lifestyle, then don't date a rocker. But if you're dating some rapper, you're dating some high profile pro athlete, they gonna have some side chicks. It just is what it is. And if that's not something that you want to deal with, maybe not date those types. But dating those types and thinking that you're just so special, you're so unique, you're so awesome, that they're going to give up the things that they work their butt off to obtain just because you're you, it's just not really that wise to me. Because in many cases, you wouldn't be with them if they weren't the person that they are. They work their ass off to become who they are, and they attract a lot of women, including you. But they're supposed to throw away what they bust their ass to get. And why are these coolers so loud? Let me go this way. After they done worked their butt off to put themselves in the position that they're in, you want them to throw away or deny the fruits of their hard work because you just think they should. You know, and it's always going to work like this. Women do not respect younger men. I know there's going to be somebody that's like, oh, well, I dated a guy that was X amount of years younger and I treated him. That's great. I believe you. You probably did. I'm not going by unicorn examples, though. I'm going by generalities. What's her name? Tracy Ellis Ross. She's talking about she's dating younger guys because guys that are her age are toxic. It's not that the guys that her age are toxic. It's that the guys that are her age are not about to deal with her. They not about to deal with her BS. She probably is very stubborn, very set in her ways, very opinionated. I mean, he's just come with living. So I'm not saying these are a bad thing, but a man who is on her level, he's just not going to deal with that shit. She can deal with younger men because they're going to put up with a lot more attitude, a lot more mouth, and a lot more, taking pot shots and just being disagreeable for the sake. They're going to put up with that a lot more than guys that her age would. So I always find it amusing when women try to take the traits that men have and just label him as toxic because they don't like him. But if he was a more agreeable man, you wouldn't like that about him either. I mean, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm gonna leave it there though, y'all. Let me go ahead and grab my stuff that I came here for. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.